Okay, I screwed up last night when I loaded up the first video on the topic of quotation mark Johnny Horton Jr. and represents himself as the son of the legend Johnny Horton. Anyways, the Nelsons hired him. He's been arrested in February for assassination threats on 3 politicians. And what he is, he's not a patriot. Okay, he claims so he can solicit money on the internet that he's a patriot and that he has these thousands of troops under his command, when quite simply he has a dozen people. I've seen about 8 of them. They were at his place when I was suckered into going down there. These are misfits. These are highly uneducated. These are like they're bad. It's just bad. Okay, and before I had left there, hang on, I have improper lighting, and I'm going to fix that. Okay, I just realized that. Oh, now then, proper lighting. Anyways, I'm an outdoor cinema photographer. Anyways, I was out one day at the Denny's and I saw one of his underlings, and he was so happy. He was heading to the border, and the fella had served 1 term in the military straight out of high school, and he said, I have to go get my stripes. And I said something, and I said, what this is about? Is this about? He's like, oh, I'm headed to the border and I've been made general today. General. I was like, how the hell did that happen? He said, I got my letter and I'm to head to the border and I will be general over the troops. If that doesn't explain the stupidity. But you know what? Dangerous people many times are very stupid. But my point with this whole matter is that my family hired Johnny Horton Jr., alias Larry M. Hopkins, alias let me throw this in. Initially, when I did my first video that I let out last night, I said Horton was a 5-time felon. Now, I knew that from who I had spoke with. But when he showed up in court on the internet from the El Paso Times, it states him as an 11-time felon. So that is a difference between February, my information, and then recently. Anyways, but what I'll show you is their communication, and I have much more, but these things are going to wind up in court, and which is fabulous. And what I've done, this is not the first time, when the Nelsons have the associate that they use to interfere with my life, whether it's music's career or it's threats. These people disappear out of their world and they don't know where they went. So, but they've been arrested and they've been told not to interact with the Nelsons any longer. Well, I kind of like this lighting too. This one up here is on a motion sensor, so unless the dog or cat goes by it, it won't come on. But what I'll show you is the communication without the initial threats that initially when Johnny Horton contacted me, and which I'll show you where he's in communication with Doug, and Doug rides on the bus with Daddy, and Doug is placed there to keep myself and anyone who might possibly bring the truth to my dad. He's Daddy's 24-hour monitor. Touts himself as security and administrator. Wannabe journalist. Failed journalist from way back in the 70s. But if you are going to work with Annie Nelson and any of the children, you have to be stupid. Because if you're not stupid or willingly stupid and not trashy, they can't be around you because that's what they are. Let me go through the list. Google Susan Nelson, daughter of Willie Nelson. She happens to be Daddy's child. She's a crackhead. Total toothless, scrawny crackhead. All right? Well, I'll just end it. I've said enough on the family in other videos. That it's obvious what they are. 4 of the children, not Daddy's. But they have to have the name thing. And therein were my problems. Me and Daddy have never had one argument, one cross word, one anything in our entire lives. But the family, when he brought me back into the fold, wanted me with him performing at late 2010. The non-Nelson children, the ones who have always performed on stage, touting their Nelsons, the ones who mimic Daddy's voice, they couldn't have that. Well, there's been problems. Yes, but it's to the extent, and for those new viewers, there's an initial $14 million theft that they took from me that Daddy thinks I had, or at least thought for years I had. When we reunited, he was just catching me up with the other kids. Now this is in property and in cash, okay? Well, a tool they've used to promote their agenda is that I took the money, I took the land, that told Daddy to go fuck himself, all I ever wanted was the money. Well, people go, why don't you just sue? Why don't you this and that? Well, when you're dealing with a family worth $500 million, and a crooked family, they have crooked everything from judges all the way down, people involved with them. And it's not as simple as other lifestyles might be to have justice. But what I did with this last situation, I alerted the FBI concerning Johnny Horton Jr. Well, the truth is they had the investigation on him in 2017, but with all the terrorism and all the deep state issues and all these things going on, he had kind of got shelved. Well, I gave them my information. 2 days later, they opened the case. And it was a sting that got him arrested this last time, and he will never be out of prison for the remainder of his life. 11-time felon Johnny Horton Jr., Larry M. Hopkins, Larry Hawkins, he has so many aliases, it's just never ending. All right. Well, he's in the federal pen. Intelligent people can see a whole lot more in this than what I'm saying right now. So, and if you're not like politically, legally intelligent, don't worry about it. It's been a long road here for me. A lot of robberies, a lot of defamation, but I'm still there. Okay, coming up behind this is the pictures that didn't upload last night. When I uploaded the video to YouTube, somehow or another it clipped them. Maybe how I had spliced it deceived YouTube. But they will be behind this one for sure. All right. thank you. God bless you. Happy 4th of July, 2019. God bless America, the Constitution, and all the patriots, whether military or civilian. If you love America, you promote America and the Constitution. You're a patriot. God bless you. And the video clips are coming up. You'll just have to read them yourself, and you'll see the interactions. You'll see where the Nelsons contacted Horton Jr. You'll see enough to know this is the type people the Nelsons associate with. The Nelsons are trash. They're trash. There's no other term for it. They're trash. They're criminals. Enough said. All right. God bless you. Happy 4th. Let's just take a view. Well, I don't have lights on everywhere. I was just going to give you somewhat a view of the place. It's hard to see with just this lighting. But all right. Thank you. Bye.